This one comes to us from Margaret. Margaret's question is, my son is on prescription medication for depression and anxiety. Recently, he was pulled over because the officer said he was swerving in the road. He was given a warning, but could he have been arrested? And how should we handle this type of situation in the future? So this comes from Margaret. What should she tell her son or advise her son to do?
Okay, well, I will defer to Bubba on that. Bubba, the swerving or the bumping into the line is always their probable cause for stopping when they're just out fishing for DUIs. But please go ahead and answer Margaret's question.
Well, the law says that you can't be under the influence of anything, even prescribed drugs. But if you've taken the prescription dose, you are given an exemption if you're within the prescribed limits. But sometimes people take too much medication for various reasons. If the person had been arrested and was tested and a blood was drawn for that type of test, because you can't get that from a breath test, that person may have been able to get the case reduced. But just by talking, instead of doing what I suggest, which is give name and address only, don't start talking about medications. Because again, he wouldn't have smelled of alcohol, and they're simply asking questions because they have no idea that he might be on some medication. But the person touching the line is not uncommon. I drove down here today and I saw about 300. So basically on a impaired driving case based upon drugs, they have to be able to prove that you were impaired by whatever it was, medication, prescribed, marijuana, any other type of drug. But again, they were not going to be able to prove it if he was within the therapeutic dose of what he's supposed to take.
Now, did I hear you correctly? You say that you shouldn't volunteer the information if you've taken a particular drug? You shouldn't mention that at all?
A lot of times officers just ask it. They have no basis for even asking the question. There's no smell of it. They don't see anything. They're just on basically a treasure hunt, see if you're going to give them any information. Name and address is all you need to give them.
Morgan, the reality is that most people who are in jail are in there because of what they have said themselves. What Bubba is saying is make no admissions, period.
Okay. I like that. I like that. I'll keep my mouth closed, and I will advise everybody else to do the same.